Hey, I'm Captain Eddie Castle and welcome to the shop. You know what they say, they being everybody else in the world, once you step in it, you gotta live with it. I stepped in it, oh yeah, but I have a way out of it. All I want you to do right now, you know the deal, you gotta watch. Here's the deal. I'm still cleaning out the shop, and I'm still finding parts and pieces and projects that I did years and years and years ago, and they just got left behind. You know, you get a brain tumor, you get away for a while. And I found these pieces, and I dug them out, and I told management, I said, I want to go ahead and finish these. Well, there's the screw up. That's where you stepped in it. If I just came out, chucked it up, put it on a vacuum chuck, grabbed it, held it, cleaned it all up and trued it up and then put a good finish on it, it'd be done with. It's just a piece of mahogany, but it's really got pretty grain in it. Except I had to go ask. Well, she came up with a way that she'd like to have an accented rim put on the top edge of it a little bit, flatten this out and put a rim on it, and then have that rim have about 3 to 5 colors and maybe some segments in it. Yeah, really? Really you want that? Well, that's what she wants. So, got to thinking, what can I do? Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck it up on a vacuum chuck. I'm going to grab it and hold it here so I can clean up this back and put a glue block on it. Yeah, a glue block. Why? Because on this side, when I turn it back around, like this way, I want to be able to flatten this edge out, and it may take a little bit of scraping and cutting, not scraping, cutting to get that edge true and get everything else trued up. So that'd be a little more force than I'd want to put on with a vacuum chuck. I'm pretty good with it, but still leery. And then I can go ahead and put my ring on it. If we do the ring, I had to talk about that. And then I can finish all this inside. And when I put the finish on this, then I'm going to flip it around and put it back on a vacuum chuck. It'd be easy to remove that block and clean up the back, because I won't be doing a lot of heavy cutting on it, and put a finish on it. You see, if you can hold it, you can turn it. You know that, but I'm thinking, I gotta make a ring. Well, that's easy. Segmenting work is how I originally got to making pieces when I got into wood turning for an art's sake about 20-25 years ago. Had a little shop around the corner that had all kinds of exotic woods out in the trash can, and I'd go out at night and pick them up. I made a mistake of telling somebody. That guy would get there 2 hours before me every day and clean it out, because he was building birdhouses he could sell at craft fairs, and he liked to get the free wood, but he was getting exotic wood. All right, into there. But I wanted to do rings, so I went to my buddy Charlie, and Charlie, who's a CAD operator, said, you know, we could devise a pattern to where you can look at it and say, I want this to have 16 segments going around it, or 20 segments going around it, or 12, or 9, what's the deal here? 4, 8, 16, 5, 10, 20, or 6, 12, or 24 sections. Any of those basic divisions I could have on here. I said, okay, I got a circle here that's 10 1/4 inches wide. In his little computer, and he says, okay, those segments need to be, for a 16, they have to be such and such. I said, that's nice. He says, yeah, you can get that free deal on your telephone. I said, is it easy to use? Well, sort of. Sort of? The well, sort of, kind of leaves me into thinking, no. So, what do I want to do? I want to go to the good old paper and pencil. So, Charlie and I sat down one day and we devised this thing. You might have seen these before. They're a template for helping you lay out segments. Now, somebody else in the market had them there for a while, but they were 16 or 18 or whatever, and, well, we had already put this out in the marketplace by that time. And I said, Charlie, we have one this size, what do we do? And he says, well, you just take your plate and you put it right over the top of it. I'll be doggone, it's exactly the same size as that circle. This ain't luck, is it, huh? All right. then I want to have a ring that'll cover this and have enough to get out there. So my ring wants to be the outside dimension of this. So what do I do now? Of course, I whip out my stick rule. I don't live with tape measures, I live with stick rules. And I measure that, and my block is going to be 1 1/4 inches at the long point. So I want it to be a little bit heavy. So I'm going to go 1 5/16 at the long point. Alright? I don't want to go too heavy because then I got to look at how much material I'm going to have. If I'm cutting it out of a 3/4 inch piece, I can look at it and say, okay, the inside is going to be 1 inch. And when I do that cutting and put it on that piece, I'm going to lose this. If you've got graph paper, lay it out on graph paper. All right, just how the section's going to be so you have an idea what the dimensions. Here's the deal. You're going to cut a whole bunch of segments out, and you're going to put them together and be the wrong size. How do I know that? Because when I got the cleaning up out here last year, I threw away 100 different segmented pieces. That's all glued up and perfectly fit and everything. Done with the sled and all that. Perfect. Except they weren't of the right size. That was the parts that I glued up that I never could work out. But I was going to get to it working out. But I never got to it working out. But I was going to get to it. Alright. Now you've got this template, and you can figure out how big those pieces need to be. Go to your sled on your saw, put the stop and all that, and I can show you a picture of somebody cutting on one. Yeah, see this? This is Skipper Munson. I can't refer to Skipper as my mentor. He's a little bit too good for me to say that. Really, he's better than a mentor I would qualify for. So Skipper's a great wood worker, and he's a great turner too. Well, we came up with this little package, him and Ralph, his sidekick, and they came up with this thing about how to build the sleds and get the angles right. And I watch him cut those angles out, and this is not to help you lay out the angles. The angles are a math problem. 360 divided by 24 is 15, right? Okay. And then you divide that in half and you get the angle. Whoa, way too much math. It's right here. I could put my gauge on this and figure that out in a heartbeat. But let's get back to this. You got the template, and you want to cut the rings out, and you can start from a tower, building up pieces, and you know, okay, first ring I want to have is for a 2-inch circle, and those pieces are going to be about 3/8 of an inch long on a long point. Go over to the saw, cut them out, put a piece of tape on them, put them together. Wow, works. Then the next ring up is going to be 5 inches. That makes it 5/16 of an inch. Then the next one goes up, it becomes a 1/2 inch. The next one goes up, it becomes 9/16. And then we're already up to 5/8, and then 3/4, and then 7/8, and then 1 inch, and then 1 1/8 inches. You see, when it starts getting, numbers don't lie. Well, they do, but they don't lie in this case. So, if you use this template to lay it out, now this side, and because of the gloss, you can't see real close, but this side is 6, 12, and 24. This side, this one, is 5, 10, and 20 segments in a piece, and this side's for 4, 8, or 16. All you need is a ring to get that dimension. All right, at 4.5 inches, which makes a 9-inch ring, I'm going to be 1 inch and half. If I make 1 inch and 5/8, I'll be a little fuzz over it. So if I make 1 inch and 3/4, I'm going to really go to the next size ring. So that kind of gives you a way. And when you cut the segment, you come over to the template where you've drawn your circle out of which side you want to have. And you put the segment down and you say, I got enough room to cut both sides on this thing. Got to look at both sides. And remember, Rule 747, this is in the International Book of Wood Turning. The international version says the inside diameter can never exceed the outside diameter. That is Rule 747A. And if you don't get that, you can't get this. The inside diameter shall never exceed the outside diameter. 747A. So, we have these templates. Now I'd be out back there cutting out a template, a pattern for you right now to put on this. But I'm still in rehab due to my brain tumor and the coma and all that other garbage, you know. Well, God just reeled me in a little bit. And it's pretty good. He kept an eye on me. Made me a better man I was. But I can't work on the table saw. So now I'm going to take this template over to Ronnie's house. Because I got a buddy that's got a table saw who's really, really good with it. And he's going to learn to do more template, more segments. He does the economy pulls where you put two this way, and then two this way, and then two this way, and then two this way, and all that. And they're beautiful. And he used them 2x4 and 2x6 to do it with. But hey, we're going to step up on it. But Ronnie and I are going to get together and lay this out and make me a segment piece that I can put on top of here. Because I can do this on a lathe. I can do the vacuum chucking and the cutting and all that, and the slicing, get all this trued up, and I can do the finish. Now I can do the template. I can do the segment ring. All right. We've been selling these for about 12 years. They're heavy laminated, so they stand up to the shop. Do not mark on them with the magic marker. Grease pencil. Alert. Don't send them back if they got marks on them and they can't get off. Grease pencil works really great. They're on my website under combos and other items. And I don't remember the cost on it today. But we've got them. We sell about 50 a month. You can call me at the number on the end of the video. You can go to my website, look under combos and other stuff. I think that's how it's labeled. I got a cheeky website, okay? It's all we can do. We keep the price down, we're going to stay cheeky. So that's all. I like to have a little mouse dance out and wave and all that. That ain't going to happen. All right, so we're getting into where we're going to make a ring, glue it on a plate, turn the plate, the accent ring's going to accent the plate, and it's all going to work out because management told me that's how it's got to be when I come out here and start making shavings. You know the deal. If we're out here making shavings, we're making shavings. You take care, be good. See you soon. I was supposed to do an epilogue on all the pieces. This is available on my website, www.eddiecastellan.com, if you like it, and we can send it. Whenever we send them by themselves, because I add this to bars and cutters and all that. The United States Postal Service takes it personal and they destroy it. We made it pretty heavy. My original one from 10 years ago was up on the shelf up there, and it's still in pretty damn good shape. Except I wrote on it the magic marker, and I told you not to do that. But I did that. But, hey, all right. The other thing is, it's Easter Sunday. I've been playing around the shop and getting ready for kids to come over and all that. And they said, Big Eye, they call me Big Eye. Big Eye, you gonna hide some Easter eggs? I said, yes, I did. Then they hit me with a real hard one. Where? You didn't tell me I had to remember where I put them at. You asked me to hide them. Now it's the biggest competition for you as it is for me. Wait, got the little rat dog. I tell the little rat dog that's food. Oh, I got it worked out. I gotta get my rat dog and get heading out there and look for them eggs.